So we were Jai Jagannath. We were reading Bhagavad Gita chapter 5 verse 4.
15, chapter 15.
Sorry, chapter 15. Verse 4. We were in the first three verses we were discussing the banyan tree, that is the Viratrupa, the form of the universe, and the dharma in this material world. Okay, then we go to verse 4. Then one should search that position from which one does not fall back again, taking shelter in God, the primeval being from whom all this creation has developed. So, in the previous verse, we say that we need to cut. Okay. It's the form of this universe, the Viratrupa cannot be perceived from here, as it has no end or beginning or foundation. Its very strong roots should be cut with the weapon of the term detachment. Then, cutting the attachment to the material samsara, even if the material samsara is good because it offers a good life, relatively good life, one should overcome completely the material level, which means going to the transcendental level of transcendental realization, from which one does not fall back again. Once we attain moksha, we cannot fall back again, because we cannot unlearn what we have learned. So it is something, it's a natural evolution that is going to stay with us forever. So we will be free forever. We cannot fall back into illusion. And this means taking shelter in the primeval, in the Adyam, Tata Padam, Tata Parimargitavyam, Yasmin. Oops. What is that? No, okay, non è Adyam. Tata Padam, Tat Parimargitavyam. Yasmin Gata Nanivartanti Bhuya. Nani vartanti, does not come back. Tameva chadyam. Tameva. Adyam. Adyam is Adyam Purusham. The Purusha, the original, primordial Purusha. This means the Bhagavan. The origin of the Brahman, the origin of the Viratrupa. We know that in Bhagavad Gita, Krishna says, Brahmano hi pratishtaham. I am the foundation of the Brahman. So we have to leave behind the attachment to the Viratrupa, and we have to go to the source of the Viratrupa, which is Bhagavan, from whom all this creation has developed. Until now it is clear, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Stop me when necessary, as usual. Okay. This, verse 5. This eternal position is attained by those who have conquered and eliminated the sense of prestige, illusion, and the defects due to identification and attachment, which is ahankara and mamatva, which I always talk about. So, and amudha, those who are not stupid, which is interesting. Nirmana moham jita sangadosa adhyatma nitya vinivritta kamaha dvandvai vimukta sukha dukkha sangyai gachanti amudha padam avyayam tat. it's very interesting because the sense of identification and attachment is mana moha. Mana moha is a sense of prestige and illusion, and the desires, the defects due to the association with the gunas. Always focused on the adhyatma. This is going to be the actual position. These intelligent persons are always conscious of the true self, adhyatman, and so they are completely free from desires, as well as from the joys and sorrows created by duality. Okay. Next, 6. That supreme position, supreme place, is not illuminated by the sun, the moon, or fire, which also means electricity. Those who reach that supreme abode, my abode, will not return here. Why the Dhamma is not illuminated by the sun, the moon, or the fire? Does that mean that the Param is dark and there is no light? No, of course not. It means that there is no need for sun, moon, or electricity or fire because it is made of light. Everything is light. So it doesn't need any more light. Okay. Why it is light? Because the transcendence, the Jyoti, the Brahma Jyoti, is radiant with light. Brahma Jyoti means the light of the Brahman. So we know that Brahman, Paramatma, and Bhagavan are one substance and they're all made of light. So how do we need the sun or the moon there? Okay. Those who reach that supreme abode, my abode, will not return here. So this is very clearly the statement that says that we didn't fall from that position. We didn't fall from Vaikuntha or Goloka or any other conscious situation. Situation made of consciousness. No, we were born as the Brahma Jyoti, as Jivatmas, Anuatmas, from the Brahma Jyoti, and we need to develop. So after we have developed through sadhana, through realization, then when we attain liberation, we are not bound anymore. So we can, we are free from all the coverings, all the conditionings. So we are pure light. Okay. And we will not return to be conditioned. Okay. It's different when we, if we want to return as avatars, we can return as avatars. It's not a problem. But we are not conditioned anymore. We don't have a material body anymore. Okay. Verse 7. The living being in this world is certainly a limb of my body, and as such he is eternal. He toils in this material world, struggling with the mind and the senses that are the norm here. That is normal. Okay, there is a norm. Mind, the senses, prakriti, established. Stam. The norm is stam in the sense that the system, the method, the dynamic is firmly established. It's not going to change. Karshati. So, this living being in this world is a limb of my body. We are all limbs or cells of the Viratrupa, the universal body. Here in the In the commentary I'm writing, it's common knowledge that the average adult body is composed by approximately 100,000 billions of living cells. So we are the cells in the body of God, which is very interesting as an idea. Okay, then 8. The Lord who has entered the body and accepted all these, the mind and the senses, then goes out again with them, like the air carries the sense. Of course, here it is not, Krishna is not speaking about the sum total of God that enters a body, material body. But Ishvara means that because we are cells or limbs in the body of Ishvara, we also have the same nature. We are also called Ishvara. But while the actual Parabrahman, Parameshwara, is controlling the entire universe as his body, we can only control a very small part of the material world, which is the city of the 9 gates. We can control it. Not everybody is controlling it regularly. It's not something that comes naturally, because the mind and the senses are difficult to control. Then, when someone develops a body and the mind and the senses, then when we die, when we leave the gross physical body, we are traveling with the mind and senses, the internal senses. Gradually, we can spiritualize the mind and the senses and as instruments to develop our Siddhadeha, our actual spiritual body, transcendental body. But it's something that needs to be done gradually with some sufficient work. Otherwise, we travel from one physical body, from the physical body we love to the one we will build. We travel by carried by the mind and the senses. You wanted to say something?
No, I'm good.
Did you want to say something?
No, I'm good.
Okay. 9, verse 9. The Purusha becomes settled there with the mind and the sense organs, hearing, sight, touch, taste, and smell, and renders service through the sense objects. So, this is interesting because we see that a conditioned soul that is identified and attached with the sense objects is actually serving the sense object, is serving material nature, the material elements. So serving Mahamaya under the illusion that he is serving himself by acquiring pleasure, by enjoying pleasure for himself. But it's not a fact, because he's actually serving the material objects, sense objects. 10. Whether they're leaving the body or remain situated in it, whether they are directing their experiences or passively following the influence of the gunas, those who are stupid are unable to understand their situation, while those who see with the eyes of scripture and knowledge are able to understand. This is also a very interesting verse. First of all, because we see that Krishna is not, as they say, is not mincing words. Krishna has no problem in calling stupid the stupid. So that means it's okay. If someone is stupid, they're stupid. Yeah, no problem. While those who see with the eyes of scriptural knowledge, this is the jnana akshusha, jnana chakshusha. Chakshu are the eyes, and jnana is the knowledge. There is also another similar expression that is a Shastra Chakshusha. Shastra Chakshu. Jnana Chakshu, Shastra Chakshu means we see with the eyes of knowledge, which is not simply theoretical knowledge. We start with theoretical knowledge that we receive, then we apply the theoretical knowledge to our consciousness through the experimental verification, which is expressed here by the word chakshu. So the chakshus, the eyes, are the most important ingredient in the verification of knowledge. Because when you make an experiment, if you cannot see what is happening, there's no value to the experiment. You need to see, you know. So you take the knowledge that you have acquired and you put it to the test by making a direct practical observation, after which jnana has become vijnana. Is this clear enough? Okay.
Yeah.
Good. Let's continue. And verse 11. The sincere yogis see this Atman situated in the body, while those who are not engaged in the self remain unable to see in spite of all their efforts, because they do not have the proper awareness. So it's basically the awareness is if your telescope has a cap, a lens cap. So the lens cap of the telescope or the microscope in our case is the cognitive bias, the cognitive dissonance that comes from the identification with the material elements of nature. So if we are focused on the material consciousness, material identification, we cannot engage in the self. When we engage in the self, we understand we are not the material body. So we are not engaged in the material illusion. Otherwise, if we are engaged in material illusion, we remain unable to see the Atman. The Atman cannot be seen by mechanical means. It can be seen by consciousness. The consciousness can perceive the consciousness. Is that clear enough?
Yeah.
Okay. Any question here? No. Okay.
No.
Okay, let's go on. Then, today we're going faster. 12. Know that the radiance that illuminates the entire universe, emanating from the sun and seen in the moon and in the fire, is actually coming from me. You know, as we said before, the Brahma Jyoti is a light emanating from Brahman, Paramatma, Bhagavan. So, what is the need of the sun, the moon, and the fire or electricity? There's no need. All the light is coming from God. So we have the Gayatri mantra, which I believe you know it. The Surya, the Savitri, Gayatri mantra is Om Bhur Bhuvar Swar Tat Savitur Varanyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yana Prachodayat. The Bhargo Devasya is the radiance of God. So, because the root of the word Deva is the same of the word Diva, which means day, light of the day. So Deva means radiant like daylight. And this helps us understand the actual nature of God and the actual nature of the artwork. Okay. Okay. Chandramasi no. Yep. 13. Entering the planets and all beings, I sustain them. By my strength I nourish all the herbs and plants, and as the moon I become the juice of everything. So we are given more information on how to actually meditate on God. If you if you compare the Bhagavad Gita with the Abrahamic scriptures, you see that they're a totally different level, because what are the instructions to meditate on God in the Abrahamic scriptures? Even the most spiritual gospel, the prayer of Jesus, our Father who art in heaven, what is this is supposed to be the best meditation possible for Christians. Well, Bhagavad Gita, just one verse is giving more than the whole thing there. Yeah, anyway. Okay. Then 14. Okay. I am the presence of the Vaisvanara, situated in the bodies of all living beings, that keeps the balance between prana and apana, and digests all the foods, that is, of 4 types. So the Vaisvanara is the fire in the body, the heat in the body, the energy of the body, the center of energy, which is also called the solar plexus chakra, because it's connected with the sun, solar, sun, Surya. And Surya is also connected with the fire. The Vaisvanara is the fire in the body, and it is one of its forms, of its aspects, is the Jataragni, is the fire of the belly. Basically it's the same. In the Brihadaranyaka Upanishad there is a similar verse, exactly, that is present at Vaisvanara Agni with man and digests the food. Okay. 15. I am situated in the heart of all, of everything, Sarvasya, Chaham, Riddhi, Sannivishto. And from me come memory, knowledge, and forgetfulness. Matta, Smritir, Gyanam, Apohanam, Cha. I am the purpose of the study of all the Vedas. Vedaischa Sarvai Ahame Bhavedyo.
So is this not similar to chapter 10?
Yes, and there will be more, I think, also in chapter 11. The entire Bhagavad Gita is giving us the total method for God realization. And mostly when Krishna talks about God, he gives a very clear um, instructions for meditation. Many people think that meditation is just sitting and not thinking about anything. Maybe some nice music in the background, some, incense stick burning, But that is not meditation, that is relaxation, which is also good, but it's not the same thing. When we meditate, the pratyahara and the dharma are, meant to train our mind to keep focused on the meditation on God, which is what we find in these verses of Bhagavad Gita.
Mm.
It is. Also, I think in practically all chapters, Krishna is offering some meditation, knowledge. Anyway,
Mm-hmm.
anything else? No.
No.
I certainly am the creator of Vedanta and the one who knows the Vedas, which is in Sanskrit goes Vedanta Krit Vedavid Eva Chaham. So I am certainly the creator of Vedanta. There are some people who consider themselves devotees of Krishna or Vishnu, and they reject the Vedanta Sutra because they think it's Mayavadi. Right. So Krishna is a Mayavadi then? Okay. Maybe not. Okay, let's see. 16. In this world there are two types of Purushas. Those who are mortal and those who are immortal. This is interesting. All the living beings are called mortal. And the immortals are those who have a permanent position. Yeah, of course. Okay, let's see who are these two types of Purushas.
Mm-hmm.
And 17. But there is another Purusha, the Purushottama, the imperishable Lord. It is said that he maintains the three worlds by entering into them. So, the two Purushas here, the one who is mortal and the one type, the type that is mortal, and the type that is immortal, let's see, Akshara, Nityabaddhas. This verse presents two categories of Purushas. The Nityabaddhas are individual conditioned souls who identify with the body and therefore suffer for its modifications life after life. 2. The Nitya Siddhas are individual personalities that are established in their eternal position from which they never fall down. These people, these souls are called Nitya Siddhas, have already attained liberation. But God, Ishvara, the Supreme Brahman, is not any of these categories of Purushas. Is a Purushottama, that is above both categories, the ones who fall, who die, and those who don't die.
Mm-hmm.
18. Since I am beyond both the fallible and the infallible beings, I am the Supreme Personality of Godhead. For this reason, I am known both in the Vedic literature and among the people of the world as the Purushottama. Okay. Abhikari. Then, 19. O descendant of Bharata, one who knows me in this way without any confusion as a Purushottama knows everything and worships me in all beings or in all sentiments, like Sarva Bhavena, in all the bhavas. This has two levels of meaning. Bhava can mean sentiment or birth or or a situation as well. But it also means a sentiment in the sense of rasas. So, sarva bhavana, let me see. Bhajati mam sarva bhavana. Bhakti rasa sarva bhavana in all bhavas. Okay. That is the, okay, let's see commentary. 20. O sinless descendant of Bharata, I have thus explained the greatest secret that is contained in all scriptures. By understanding it, one becomes most intelligent and accomplishes the greatest task in life. Okay. And this was chapter 15.
Can you go back to this last one?
Yes. O sinless descendant of Bharata, I have thus explained the greatest secret that is contained in all scriptures. By understanding it, one becomes intelligent and accomplishes the greatest task. Iti guhyatamam shastram idam muktam mayanagha etat buddha buddhiman syat.
When the word sinless is used, what does it mean?
Oh, interesting. Anagha. The sinless means is translating anagha. So there is no exact equivalent for the English word sin, because in the Vedic tradition, in the Shastras, there are many different categories, and none of these categories includes the Abrahamic idea of sin. In the Abrahamic idea of sin, we have the meaning of disobedience to God. In fact, disobedience to God is certainly not a sin. It's at most a fault or a slow down or whatever. But sin let me see. I have a nice list. Oops. No. I have made a nice list on the meanings, also in the Bhagavad Gita commentary, but I don't remember exactly where. Let's see if I can find it easy no. Oppa! Okie doke. No, I cannot find it. Anyway, no problem. I can send it to you when I find it. The idea is that God doesn't give any commandment, doesn't give any order. It is in the Abrahamic religions that God gives orders. In the Vedic scriptures, in Vedic tradition, in Hinduism in general, God doesn't give any orders. God gives instructions, teachings, gives knowledge, information, recommendation, but never orders. And when we don't follow the instructions of God, and we get a bad reaction, a bad karmic reaction, that is not the punishment from God. That is the natural result of a natural law, like the law of gravity,
So when he refers to Arjun as the sinless, like what is he referring to?
It means that he is completely transparent and perfectly following. You see here, in the explanation, in this commentary, I'm writing. The meaning of anagha, however, should be understood carefully, not superimposed with concepts that are alien to Vedic culture. Just like its synonym pap, the word agha does not correspond exactly to the English sin, because it is not based on the same Abrahamic ideology, where a human being condemned because of disobeying the order of God or of the priests. In the Vedic logic, agha or papa is a black spot on one's character, caused by a bad choice, a mistake, an act of weakness, selfishness, or ignorance that needs to be counteracted and purified by positive actions. It's a mistake. It is also a debt to be
So,
repaid.
so he's saying that Arjun doesn't have any blemish on his character.
Yeah, but this is also coming with the idea that Krishna also says, Yeshan Twantagatam Papam, Punyanam Karvanam. Only those who have vanquished, who have finished with the stupid choices, the bad choices, can actually approach the level of bhakti. Sinless in the sense that he's not making stupid choices out of selfishness or egotism or whatever bad quality. He's sincere and he wants to do the right thing. So Krishna is telling Arjun, you can understand these things, because you are not confused by the bad results of your bad choices. You're not confused by ahankara, mamatva, ignorance, arrogance, selfishness. All these things are sins. So Arjuna is an example for a person who wants to follow Krishna's teaching. So one can actually understand Krishna's teachings properly when he is sinless, when he has finished with the stupid choices, with the stupid mistakes. He has become serious, attentive, and free from all the delusion and confusion that are the actual causes of our bad choices. I don't know if it's clear.
Yeah.
Perfect. So there are also, let's see if I can, I'll have to look for it separately, because this edition of the Adobe Reader, I don't see how to find stuff.
You
It's not there.
you want to find a file or you want to find
No, I want to find words.
say do Control F.
Oh, okay. Let me see. Control F.
Now you see where you can now
Fantastic. Fantastic. Excellent. Let's see. Yeah. Let's see if I can find it somewhere else. Okay. Nope. And down. Why it's not?
there you go.
Type here to search. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not particularly.
So Mataji, now you are outside of the you're
I'm
outside
outside
the
of the PDF.
document. For the document, it's already showing you. You see the highlighted script. You were in the document. You could see. This will
Okay.
take you in the internet. Yeah. If you're here you see that highlighted Anagha. Yeah. You see that? Yeah. It's showing you.
Yeah. Okay. Probably I didn't see it before because my computer seems to be a bit slow. Okay. Anyway, let's see. It's at least okay. I'll find it. Pachanti. I'll find it sooner or later.
Yeah, it showed quite a few of them.
Yeah, there are also some other, yeah, Papa, okay, which is here now, and we go down and see what is, because there are several. Ah, here it is. Oh, look at that, I found it. Okay, now, we will try here to better define the terminology used in Vedic tradition for negative actions. Papa is an act that directly or indirectly causes sufferings to others, while Dushkrita is a bad action in general.
Mm-hmm.
Agha is a truly criminal action, but agas is simply an irresponsible action. Droha is a malicious action against the principle of gratefulness. Pataka is a degrading action that causes a downfall from the position we were supposed to hold in society. And dosha is a character fault or a bad quality, defect. Aparadha is a formal act of disrespect. Drugda is an action meant to cause harm. Vipatti is a failure to fulfill some duty. And Anrita is a lie.
Mm.
So these are all the differences. Chapter
Yeah. Chapter
16,
18.
verse 66. Yes.
18.
Aham tvam sarvapapebhyo mokshayishyami masucha. I will liberate you from all papa, from all sins. Yeah. Okay. I think this answers the question.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So we stop here,
Yeah.
and we go on next time. Let me stop.